Hi guys, this is Chegg. It's my first time using my voice, so if anything's wrong or if the quality's bad, I'm sorry, but yeah, I just wanted to make a tutorial on how I tween and doing animation. And honestly, I thought it was a great idea. Somebody commented saying if I could help them figure it out and ask what app I used. And honestly, I was going to make a video because I didn't really see any videos on YouTube to help me how to start, and it was really difficult learning. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and think it's easy enough. I guess it's not a really easy app to start in, but anyways, so I use IBIS Paint to draw, and so that's what I'm using right now. And I also use FlipAClip for the music and animation, but right now I'm only using the FlipAClip music to help me in my tweening, and you'll see what I mean later. But anyways, so that's doing animation on the bottom, the little squid or octopus. Anyways, there's a lot of tweening and there's animation, and honestly, it's really complicated, and it also costs $5, but everything else is free. iMovie, FlipAClip, but I also use iMovie for the final editing. I think all four of these apps are important. I guess you can use any other drawing app, but as long as you can make it into a PNG, it should be fine. And the music isn't necessary, but I like to use it. So number 2 is you have to make a PNG of each part. A PNG is basically whatever you draw, you can see that, but the background is empty, so you can kind of put it anywhere and it will be invisible. So you can see all these layers here and for IBIS Paint. And basically what you want to do is you click on the arrow and it says save as transparent PNG. So you got to make sure you have that in your app. And you can see on the bottom it says background, and I'm selecting the two PNG types. There's a black one and a white one. You want to make sure you're selecting those, or else it won't come out as a PNG. Okay, so now we're on to FlipAClip, and this is for the audio. And so basically, at the bottom right left hand corner you can see the little audio symbol, so you just press that, and I imported my own audio. And you can see if I zoom in and out, you can see like on the very top next to the play what basically the time on the recording, and that's important because DoInk, you can't import any audio. Anyways, so if you guys want, you can comment below and I can make you guys a tutorial on how you can download the audio for free off YouTube. It's really safe, and honestly I use it a lot. I'm not sure if it's legal, but I've been using it and it works really well. So now let's go on to DoInk. This is what DoInk looks like. You can see all clips on the very top and drawings and comps. So drawings is basically the animation part, but today we're only going to be using comps. Comps is basically like the PNG part where you put everything together and where you can actually kind of make scenery move and stuff like that. So on the plus, you just press new composition, and okay, there we go. So this is what it's going to look like. You can see at the bottom there's a little arrow, and that's how you kind of get through your layers, and that's where you're going to use your PNGs for. And on the eye, you can see aspect ratio and select 16:9 because that's kind of the standard YouTube kind of screen. And you can do other ones too, but that's the one that we usually mainly use. So you can look on the camera up on the top, and basically that's where you find all your PNGs. So I'm going to select Silver Stream, and you can press use, and you can see that she's a PNG. The background behind her is, well, it's not there. And you can see I'm changing her size. The little blue dot, you just pull it up to the side, and you can see it kind of snaps where it wants to. So it's not the best kind of tool, but it works. So I'm just going to make her big and put her maybe right there, a little bit bigger, just kind of adjusting her. And you can see that on the bottom you can see her little layer, and so you can see these little diamond dots basically, and you match it with the audio. So if you go into FlipAClip, you can see the audio on top, it's like 1.1, I'd say. You go back in and move that little diamond to 1.1, so that should be 1.1. And yeah, so now she's on time, and that's why I use FlipAClip, because you can import audio, like I said, but with FlipAClip you can help where things start and where you can add in new frames. But yeah, so you can see this is the scroll, and what you can do is you can go and press that little diamond on the white bar, and basically what it does, it kind of sets her in where she is right now, and you don't want to change anything before you make those points. If you want to make the points first, and then you can start changing her positions and do the actual tweening. So you can see here, I'm gonna tap on the blue, and if you double tap, you can actually rotate. So double tap and rotate, I didn't know that, so it took me a long time, and towards the end when it finished to actually figure that out. So double tap to rotate, so you can see it plays, she's still in the first part with the 2 diamonds, and the next 2 diamonds she's actually moving. And that's where you want to add in the diamonds first. But you can see here, if you zoom in, the quality of the lines and just the picture in general aren't that great. I don't really know why. I did use the highest quality I could on IBIS Paint. I don't think it's IBIS Paint, but I think it's DoInk when it's importing. You saw that the comps before the animation part for DoInk, I think maybe you could draw in there and maybe it won't ruin the quality, but yes, that's a problem I was having. If you're okay with that, then this program is honestly kind of basic. It's really hard to use though, so I'm going to click on the camera again, and I can add in her back arm, her front arm. And you can see I have to change the size a little, kind of position it right to make it look okay. And you can see on the layer that it's in the wrong place. So I'm just going to move it. And you can do a lot of adjusting, just make her arm bigger. And yeah. And so just to make sure it looks right. It's a little too small here, make it a little bigger. It's a little bit of a hassle. But anyways, back in the layer, you can see the diamond's out of place, so you just move it so it's the right time frame. And now you want to match up the dots so that the still frames are the same, so you can see that they're the same now. Go to the last dot, and that's where you can start making the changes. You can add as many diamond dots as you want, but like I said, just to make sure, you want to add in the dots before you move anything. So now I am making it bigger, want to match it, tilting it a little. Remember, double tap to rotate. So I'm just rotating, make it a little bigger. You can kind of just scroll through it, make sure the arm is kind of growing in the same size as the body should be. So a little bit more adjusting, more tilting, and stuff like that. So yeah, so now we have Silverstream here, and that adjust a little bit more, but you can see her moving. You want to make sure you're selecting the right layer too. So now I'm going to add in gray stripe, and we can test some other things. So I add in gray stripe, you can see he's in the wrong place, and I move him. It's a little hard to, as you can see, when you're in the middle of the 2 different pictures, they kind of come together, so you can leave a little bit of space and just move it when you're done, because I find that very annoying. But anyways, so I'm just going to set the time to random and make it bigger. And you can see he's still like that, and you can just move him. And a thing I did at first to rotate, which is not very efficient, is that I press on, the settings, the settings, and you can see on the top that little squiggly one, and basically what that does is it rotates along the path, so you can draw in that line. So you see me drawing, going up and down. It's really hard to figure out and use. It's really messy and weird, so I recommend just using the regular rotation thing I told you with the double tapping. But yeah, if you want to mess around a little, that's also an option. So now I'm going to import his arm. You can see how I left some coloring so that you can actually see the line underneath. But anyways, I'm going to move his arm, make it bigger, lower it. I have to reposition the arm, so I'm moving it on the top layer, and now you can see it better. And yeah, so just move that around. What you can also do is, you can, not using the squiggly one on the top though, you can just use the regular one, and you can draw in its movements of the arm. It's not going to rotate unless you rotate it yourself at the other diamond dot. Basically, the diamond dots, they kind of just tell you, oh, this is the first frame, last frame. It's going to do the in-betweening itself. So now you can see it kind of go up and down like that. So yeah, so now we have Silverstream and we have Gray Stripe doing whatever, And you want to make sure you're selecting the right layer before you do anything. It tends to glitch a little. So as you can see, you press that little button and you press share and then video, and I click the highest quality, and then it's really fast because there's not really much they need to process, but yeah. And so I would save to files and save it to my camera roll. And now this is where you go to iMovie. So in iMovie, I'm just gonna find that video. There it is. Add it in, and now I have the video, but there is no audio. So what you want to do is when you have that saved audio, you want to get it again. So go down to audio on the bottom and my music. Well, that's at least unless you buy it, and heart will go on, and it imports the audio. And there we go. So you can't really hear right now, but it should be really good timed. There shouldn't be any delays. The only bad side is that sometimes DoInk glitches and it kind of kicks you out and the quality drops. It's really complicated to learn. So I hope this video helped you guys out. And big thanks to LightOZ2. She honestly is such an amazing person. She's so sweet, so nice, and honestly, best friend you can ever have. Like, YouTube doesn't matter. She's always so supportive, and I honestly don't think I would make it this far without her. She inspires me, and she's just an amazing person. So go sub to her. She does a lot of Wings of Fire stuff. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Please consider subscribing or liking or commenting down below if you have any questions.